having a conversation to see, look, this is how I feel. And not to put the blame on the other person, but just to say how you feel and your perspective on things, because I think that's always important for communication to take place. And if it's not reciprocated, and there, somebody comes back and starts being quite aggressive about it and saying, I don't agree with you, I think you're wrong, or I've done this and I've done that, and you can't come to a middle ground, then that's when you've got to stop and think about what you're going to do next. Because I just think life is here to be happy. Life is here to try and fulfill as much as you can. So if somebody is in your life and it's quite miserable to be around them and it's not working for you, then don't keep yourself in any space that's not working for you. Because I think that's where the selfishness can come in the right way. Because I think we've always got to put our well-being first. And give the other person that opportunity first and foremost. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't. But if it does, happy days, and you can move forward and you can discuss and you can communicate, then brilliant.
I agree with that to some degree. I think context is very important. For me, I'm not about happiness. I am all about suitability. Do I fit into your life and do you fit into mine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's too much of, oh, I need to do what makes me happy. And it's more feeling based instead of actually doing what's right. That's just me, right? Like, I'm going to do what's right, right? So, like, let's say I'm in a one-sided friendship. I'm not going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to confront you. I'm going to talk to you about it. And again, as you said, if you come at me with resistance, you don't want to hear, then clearly at that point, I'm going to do what's right and walk away from the friendship.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that.
That's it. That's what I'm going to do. So again, I'm not telling people just to drop off their friends, but in the video that we're going to share today, you're going to see that a lot of the points that she makes is that's your last resort. But you should be able to communicate. You should be able to express yourself peacefully and happily. And you should be able to do that in a very good space.
Yeah, because I think no matter what, Michael, it's one of those things, isn't it, in all relationships. If you feel like you've got to be walking on eggshells, then there's something not right in the first place, right? Walking on eggshells is not the way to be living any type of or having any type of relationship.
Well, we got to look at the signs, I think, more than anything. Do you do more of the calling? Do you do more of the plan setting? Does this person only call you when they need something? There's a lot of things that we need to look at when it comes to something being one-sided, because somebody will just scream, oh, it's one-sided, but there's no evidence.
Yeah. And you know what? And I can speak from experience on that, where I've had friendships where, especially where I moved quite far away from many of my friends, and I would still always get in my car and drive down to see them, but they would always make excuses why they couldn't come to me. And they would say, and the best one I ever heard, which I heard very often, Michael, which I find really interesting, you're too far away. And they say, it's the same distance for me to come to you than what it is for you to come to me. There's no difference. And they would be like, no, it is different because I'm coming towards the traffic. Or it's like, well, no, I've still got to do the journey. So if I'm putting my time and energy and effort into doing that, and I'm doing that often, then you need to be able to do the same. And now these people are not